Hi, I'm Matt Abbott, Superintendent of Wayside Schools, and I'm super excited today to introduce you to Principal Lauren Whitfield of Altamira Academy. Lauren, how are you
Hello.
doing today?
Hey, doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. This is something we've not done before. I've got my notes in front of me, so if it doesn't, if you see me look away for a second, that's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Um, so first thing, just some of our families that are interested in coming to Wayside, they don't know a lot about Altamira Academy. They don't know a lot about you. Can you just share a little bit more about yourself and the school?
Absolutely. So that's a loaded question for myself and the school. So I'm going to talk about the school first. We are in our sixth year. Altamira Academy is a public charter school in South Austin. We serve a population right now of about 450 scholars. And we, of course, have some friends at home right now. We have our roomies that are at school. We have our Zoomies that are at home. We're educating all of them to the best of our ability. But pretty small campus, beautiful campus. We still call it brand new, even though we've been here a couple of years. And so that's a tidbit about Altamira. Myself, I have been the principal here for 3 years. And I actually was lucky enough to begin at Altamira as a teacher. So I have some of my experience in traditional public education, came to Altamira as a second grade teacher, had a very fun year. And the next year was the assistant principal, and the following year, the principal. So I've really gotten to see all aspects of the organization, being that I was able to teach and then lead in different capacities. So,
Well, I love hearing your story. It's great,
thanks.
you starting as a teacher and now being a principal. And, one of the things that I hear about your leadership and that's really special about Altamira in particular is just the family like atmosphere and that it feels really, close. Like where does that come from? And like, what do you do to help foster that?
Well, we do call ourselves the AMA family. I have my shirt on today, AMA family. Um, I don't know if it necessarily comes from me as the leader, but we have a community here of teachers that truly love each other and are really amazing people. So I always say that they're amazing educators, but they're phenomenal people. They care about one another, they care about their scholars, and they come to work every single day ready to serve, but with a lens of care. And so I think that that creates a family atmosphere when everybody is looking out for one another.
Mhm.
So I would say what I do is I just call us a family and try to set us up for happiness, because happy teachers are the best teachers. So how can I take care of them? And therefore they take care of one another, and then they take care of their kids.
So with the pandemic, I mean, lots of things going on. What's an example of some of the care that you're really seeing your staff exhibit going above and beyond for our scholars right now as things are more challenging than they've ever been.
Oh, absolutely. We're in a very unique situation. School has been redefined, and there's a lot of silver linings in that redefinition of what school is. But there have been some challenges. And so, our teachers, what's most remarkable about them is that when they walk through the doors of the school, I've seen them put away their own worries they may have about the pandemic, about their own personal families, and come in charging, ready to go to teach their scholars. So we're about 60% in the building right now, meaning that 40% are at home. And they treat every scholar the exact same, whether they're sitting in front of them or they're in the computer screen. So we actually have a teacher, Miss Avalos, that we joke that she's cutthroat. Okay. So she is going to contact every single scholar before they start a live lesson. I've witnessed it when I've joined live with her. She'll pick up her phone. They're in fifth grade, mind you, so they do have phones. She'll text every one of them until they show on her screen. Then she'll say, "Now we're ready to begin." And so she makes sure that every kid, whether they're in their bedroom, their living room, their grandma's house, or sitting in front of them, is there ready to go. And that isn't necessarily unique to just Miss Avalos, but she is the one that stands out to me of making sure they're going to be there. But as a campus, we make sure that every scholar is learning, because more than ever, we need them to be learning. And we know that school closures have potentially caused gaps, and we're here to fill those gaps and make sure that every scholar is successful.
That's yeah, it's just it is so impressive what everyone is doing to pull together, especially this year, because the things have just been so different and so crazy. And so, yeah, that's super impressive. One of
Mhm.
the things though is that despite all the challenges, there's been some real joy this year. Just want to
Mhm.
just can you just share a little bit about some of the joy we're seeing in learning despite everything that we're facing right now?
Sure. So happy kids learn, right? And so we're always looking to create a joyous classroom. And, right when you mentioned joy and what I'm seeing, something popped into my mind that I want to share really quickly about something I saw with writing. So, historically, and not all scholars, but some scholars don't love writing, right? It's just a very difficult skill. And there's a group of third graders where their teacher gives awards for writing. So they'll write a project and they'll have a competition of who gets first, second, or third place. She brings in judges. I'm a judge.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not biased. She brings in judges, and the scholars read their writing, and then there's a vote of who may be the best. But the beauty that I have seen in this whole experience is that the kids are rooting for one another as much as they're rooting for themselves. And the last time that they announced the winner cried, and the kids were jumping out of their seats. And I remember thinking, you are jumping out of your seat for writing. We're writing. And so that is what we try to create in every single classroom across all subject areas is excitement and the love of learning. And that happens with the teachers. And they're just amazing educators here at Altamira.
One of the things that, behind all that joy, there is so much rigor. I mean, like our kids are really learning a lot. I mean, the expectations are super high, regardless of whether they're studying at the school or they're at home. Just talk just a little bit about the rigor that we expect for our kids, despite all the joy that we're hearing also.
Absolutely. So at Altamira, we talk to each scholar about being their own personal best, right? Because that does look different for each person. You may not be a scholar that is naturally good at math and you're going to get a 100 the first try, but it doesn't mean you can't. And so the conversation starts with scholars of how do you become your own personal best and what are you striving for? Because the bar is high and it is baby steps. It takes baby steps to get there, right? So we accomplish that with goal sheets with our scholars. So they set their own goals with their teacher. So they know exactly what are they trying to do? What are we trying to reach for? That happens from whether you're in pre-K all the way to fifth grade. As a scholar here, what are you trying to accomplish? So the bar is high. And sometimes for kiddos, especially friends who may learn at a different speed than others, that can feel a little bit intimidating. But with the baby steps and the goals, it seems so achievable for each one of them.
Well, I just want to thank you for your time. I know you're super busy and I stole you away from everything you're supposed to be doing right now. And but yeah, you're really impressed by everything you guys got going on there. And your hard work shows and you impress me every day, but especially today, just getting to visit with you a little bit more. And I thank you so much for your time. And you know, that bar is set so high because we expect every single one of our scholars to go and graduate from
Oh,
college. And
absolutely.
that's not the case everywhere, and I think that's something special about Wayside too.
Mhm.
So just thank you for your time, Lauren.
Yeah, you're welcome. And you know what? They'll get there, they'll make it to college. And we are always looking for new members of our AMA family. That is our one of our favorite things every year is to welcome new scholars to our family, teach them what we're about, show them the culture here, the love and the care. And so we please enroll if you'd like to send your child to Altamira.
Well, thank you
That's all I
again.
got.
Yeah, thank you again for all your time, and we appreciate everyone for tuning in here. And that's it for today. And Altamira Academy enrolling, and we're super excited to have you join the Wayside family. And we hope to hear and see you on campus soon. Thank you.
Absolutely. And Matt, I do want to add that if anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out to Altamira Academy and just ask for me, Lauren Whitfield, and I would love to speak with you. So,
Perfect. All right, y'all. Have a
you're
great day.
welcome. Bye.